Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, got a little mod I'm going to do today. Got it from AJT Design. It's a little key fob mod for the Tacoma. And going to point you guys down here, show you. First of all, comes in a nice little package, not too bad. A card for them. And I am not sponsored by these guys, by the way, just to let you know right off the bat. Little package of stuff. And what I'm doing is I'm replacing the key fob with something a little edgier, a little meatier for the Tacoma, right? So we have to transfer the stuff that's in this key fob to the new key fob and put it together. So I'm going to point you guys down here. I'm going to open the rest of this thing up. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do that now while I got you up here with me. Inside the package, there is a card, let's see, that shows you where you can get instructions on how to do it, how to make the change. There is a, let's see, there is an AJT Design sticker. We'll put that on one of the posts out there in the garage on the lift where I love to put my stickers and stuff. I got a few to put out there actually, so I'll set that aside. We have some tools, let's see, some bits and pieces of stuff. We have an Allen key, a little spring that's in there. Oops, get you over here where you can maybe see it. A little spring that's in here, and then the screws that go around the case. And then here, let's see, we have the case itself. So let's point you guys down and see if we can't install this or make the transfer. All right, we got all the stuff down here. Let's go ahead and open this package up a little just so we're ready. I'm not going to take everything out because the screws and the spring and stuff are quite small. So I'm just going to kind of get the tool out and leave everything in there so we don't lose anything. First of all, we need to take apart the OEM key fob, I guess. Now, on the side, in case you guys didn't know, there is a key in here. On the side, there's a little button. You push this, and then that releases the key. So let's go ahead and do that. There, we have the key out. And then in the top of the key fob here, right here, there's a little slot. You put your key in there and twist it a little, and that enables us to open the key fob. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I've done this one time. Let's turn it around so I can get good access. And that's it. That opens the key fob itself. So I'm going to just set everything aside here. And I want to keep everything the same direction, so I'm going to turn it this way so that we have the top of the key fob, just so I can keep track of where these buttons go, right? Because we're going to be taking these buttons out of inside here, and we're going to be putting them in here. So let's go ahead and take this thing open. It comes unassembled, so all you got to do is just pull it open. And we have the two at the top, the two little buttons here at the top and the big one at the bottom, so that's how we can tell the top here. Go ahead and set that open. Set it aside. Right here is the little button that corresponds to the button on the OEM version. We're going to put that spring in there eventually here. So I just want to make sure, yeah, we keep that right. Alright, let's set that part aside, and we're going to transfer the buttons. In here there is a plastic, not a plastic, kind of like a rubber seal, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and pull that out. Again, let's keep it all the same direction. There we go. One of the buttons even stuck to that. Alright, so we got that out. Just keep it face down, and then we're just going to transfer the buttons over. So let's take the bottom one out. This is pretty simple, really, right? Stick it in there. There you go, and it's even notched in there so it fits properly. Let's grab the next one. Same thing. It's got some notches in there so it fits right down in. I think. Make sure we do that right. Yeah, I'm checking to see. You can't put it in backwards, so there you go. I believe we've got that in there okay. Let's take a look. No, it's not really fitting in there well. Something I discovered in looking at this, because it was confusing to me, I couldn't get them to fit. So here's a little tip for you. You kind of have to put these two little feet, if you will. Whoops. Get it down here so you can see it. These two little nubs right here. These two little nubs have to go through from the inside out, the little opening here. It just doesn't sit flat in there like so, you know. So you kind of have to put the front part of this through. And I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this. But you kind of put it down and through like that. Same thing on the bottom one, or the next one rather. You kind of put it down and through. Oops, I got to get it the right way. It's up and through on that one. So they kind of look like that when they're sitting in there. And you guys can see on the other side, it looks really nice on the other side. Let's see if I can get you in the shot. There you go. And that's it. So just a little tip. The front part of these switches kind of go through like so. And then the back one, the hold button for the horn or whatever, just sits flush. It just sits in there like you would think all of them would. So a little tip for you. Then let's go ahead and put this little cover back on here. Like so. That fits nice and perfectly on there. And then we have to take out the circuit board, which is going to go in the other side. So let's go ahead and pull that out. Should just dump right out of there, and it did. And by the way, in case you didn't know, that's where your battery is underneath there. And that should just sit right here in the slot, and it does, like so. So now we can get rid of these two parts because we don't need them anymore. So let's set them aside. And we have to go ahead and put the spring-loaded button on over here, and that's so that we can slide the key in and out. So let's go ahead and get that spring out of here. Matter of fact, we'll just dump it all out now. I think we're to that point. There you go. Here is our spring, and it is little, so be careful. The directions that I've seen tell you to go ahead and seat the spring in this little notch or hole here in this little door piece, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to do that carefully, and of course you don't want to compress the spring too much, because obviously you want to maintain that pressure or tension so that your key works properly. But it's supposed to just kind of slip in there, and it appears that it does. So that's good. It's just kind of sitting down in that little round spot down here now. And then we want to go ahead and put it on the door and seat the spring in the little, there is a little notch here in the case itself. So we want to seat the spring in there. Okay, I have it in there now. So let's see if we can't sandwich all this together. And I think I did. Everything looks, oh there, we kind of had a little snap. I think we're golden. So before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and put a screw in here. And just to tighten that side down. Because I do have my spring in there and I don't want it to go anywhere. Alright, we've got the whole thing put together. You guys can see now. Let's go ahead and put the key in and see if we got that right. I'll get my little holder out of the way. Okay. There you go. So, let's take a look. What do you guys think? That's the finished product. Of course, we have the OEM fob here, which I'll go ahead and put back together. So that's the before. Oops, right there. And that is the after. All right, that's it. We've got it all done. This is the finished product with my other keys on the ring. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. Much beefier looking than the old Toyota OEM version, if you will. So pretty cool, pretty neat product. Easy to install, as you saw. It's not difficult to do. The one thing I like about this is that you do not destroy the OEM case should you ever want to go back to it or need it for some reason. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Please give this video a like, a share, and a subscribe. And let me know what you think of this. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.